gentlemen, welcome to 2022 California Bay Area 5-County API Elected Officials Summit. My name is Jiayu Jian. I'm your MC for today. Very, very happy to see all of you. And as all of us know, May is Asian Heritage Month. Having this summit in the month in honor of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders provides an opportunity to recognize and to celebrate the countless ways in which Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders have shaped our history and continue to help write the story of America. So thank you very much for joining us today. A big round of applause for everyone. Now, API Coalition Chair Dr. Albert Wang will have opening remarks for us. Please welcome.
Thank you all for coming to the first API Elected Official Summit. We're hoping this will be the first of many to come all across the country, not just in the Bay Area. If this is successful, this will be replicated. And we have many guests from different parts of the country who are here to watch what we're doing, make sure we're doing things correctly, and then go back and host similar events where they are. I see probably 2/3 of the people I know here from the past. I've been at this for just about 30 years. 1991 is when I started doing civic affairs type of work. But I also see many young faces. These are our future, and these are the ones who want to groom, and these are the ones who's going to rise to the top, to Congress and all. API Coalition is formed, so we want to have people, that's all of you, and API organizations to meet each other during peacetime. By peacetime, I mean there's no fighting, there's no issue, that you get to know each other, you build trust. So when some issue comes up, like when Ho Lee came up, I was deeply involved in Ho Lee. When that issue came up, we had no one to talk to. There's no Asian American in DC who we can talk to voice our opinion. And now we have many, and I'm hoping all of us will get to know each other. When the next one, Ho Lee or whatever comes up, we can all speak in one voice very quickly, instead of having to build coalition during time of stress. So that is the purpose, and that is why you're here. We're hoping that you meet each other, get to know people as much as you can. Later on, we'll break into 3 groups by county, so the San Mateo, San Francisco, Alameda, Contra Costa, and Santa Clara, because Santa Clara has the most people here. And get to know your people around you and help each other run for office as well. A lot of you will rise up to higher offices, some of you already at the state level. We have our Attorney General here, who was a boy when I met him. He wasn't even elected to the hospital board at that point. And look where he is today, right, 20-some years later. So all of you should aspire, not stopping there though, governor at least, senator of course, and president someday. So thank you all for coming. Hope you have an enjoyable day, and look me up. If we haven't met, please look me up. So I want to shake your hands and get to know you a little bit. We're going to accumulate a list of people who are here and those who cannot make it today. And someday we'll have communication channels. And in the future, we'll have county-specific gatherings as well over time to have more local issues discussed. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And next, the host city mayor is not here yet, I think. So we'll welcome her later when she shows up. Now I would like to welcome and introduce some federal, state, and county level elected officials. Each person has 3 minutes to say hello and share your remarks. First, I would like to welcome State Attorney General Mr. Rob Bonta. State Attorney General Rob Bonta was sworn in as the 34th Attorney General of the state of California. He is the first person of Filipino descent and the second Asian American to occupy the position. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. How's everybody doing? Good to see you.
Nice.
And thank you to Civic Leadership USA, the API Coalition, for bringing us together, for convening us, and thank you for the very cool jacket. The jacket is very awesome. You know, I just want to say thank you to all of our incredible leaders for stepping up, getting it done, fighting for the health, safety, well-being of your communities. I know many of you are firsts. I'm a first as well. The first Filipino-American state legislator in the history of California, the first Filipino-American Attorney General in the history of California, and I'm thankful to serve in this role. It's a very exciting time for us as we step up and meet the moment, serve our communities. 7 million strong APIs in California, and the fastest growing ethnic group in the nation. So our leadership is not just for yesterday and today, but tomorrow. It's going to continue to be very important. And I know many of you are fighting to make sure that we are all treated with dignity and respect, that we're treated justly, and that's so important as we have faced a pandemic of COVID-19, as well as a pandemic of hate. We know so many of us have been targeted because of who we are, how we look, where we're from, targeted for hate crimes, hate incidents, and that's why in my office, we started the Racial Justice Bureau to stand against the forces of hate, to stand with our API community, working with law enforcement and prosecutors to make sure that hate crimes are identified and investigated as hate crimes. Sometimes they're swept under the rug, and that's very painful to us in our communities. So we're going to continue to fight for our communities. I appreciate everything that you're all doing. I'm honored to be here with all of you. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your service to our communities.
Thank you. Welcome. I think our state treasurer is still on the way. So I would like to introduce and welcome State Controller, Ms. Betty E. She pre-recorded her remarks on video, so please watch the video.
Hello, I'm California State Controller Betty Yee. Welcome to the Civic Leadership USA and API Coalition's API Elected Officials Summit. I hope everyone enjoys this opportunity to connect, network, and collaborate. As leaders in the API community, we have a duty to advocate for overlooked communities, amplify unheard voices, and combat recent trends of anti-Asian hate. We also have a responsibility to ensure a new generation is positioned to push this work even further. That is why I applaud Civic Leadership USA's support of internship and grants programs. The most important work we can sustain is to support the development of future leaders. I know I would not be where I am today without the mentors and allies who helped me along the way. I can't wait to see what the next generation of leaders accomplish. There is much work to be done before California's leadership reflects and addresses the multitude of needs of its diverse communities. Events like this give me hope that day will come soon. Thank you for all your work and best wishes for a successful summit.
State Controller Betty E. was re-elected for a second term as Controller in 2018. She is the 10th woman in California history to be elected to statewide office. Next, please welcome Assembly Member Ash Kaura. Is he here? Not here yet. And I don't see Evan Lowe. Evan Lowe. Oh, okay, he's coming. And Assembly Member Phil Ting. Not here yet. Okay. Oh, yeah, he pre-taped his remarks. Please watch the video.
Hi, I'm Assemblymember Phil Ting from San Francisco. I'm so sorry I can't join you today at the API Elected Leadership Summit. I know that it's a rare occasion that we can all get together and be able to support each other, share ideas, and really talk about what is challenging our community. I just want to thank all of you for taking the huge step in running for office and serving each of your communities all over the Bay Area. I know that it's very tiring, it's very exhausting. There are sacrifices that you've made personally and that your family has made. And I just want to say thank you. I also look forward to the time that we can all work together to have greater empowerment in our community. It's really been a very difficult year over the last 2 years as we've seen hate crimes skyrocket against AAPIs, not just in California, but really all over the country. It's only because all of us have been working together tirelessly in each of our communities, arm in arm with other communities, to stop the hate that we've really been able to turn and stem this tide. I know that you're all working very tirelessly in each of your communities, in each of your jobs. I just want to say thanks. I look forward to all of you, to seeing all of you very, very soon, and to gathering together with all of you at the very next summit. So just congratulations to Civic Leadership USA, and to Andy and Anthony and to Sandy, and really want to wish you all of the best.
I think I see Assembly Member Evan Lowe. You need one more minute? Oh, okay. That's cool. Wow! So who comes first? Yeah, come on up. We have 3 assembly members. Welcome. So Alex Lee, I see you first, so please say something. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Alex Lee. Welcome to my assembly district here in Newark and Fremont. Proudly representing. If you drive around, you'll notice this is the most Asian assembly district in the entire state. So enjoy it, soak it up, and happy to be representing it. Thank you.
He's also the youngest Asian American elected official in the legislature too, right?
You used to be the youngest. Right? I believe so.
What matters is how many bills you actually get signed. Let's say that.
Who has more vetoes?
As you can tell, we have a lot of fun with so many of you, and I can see so many local elected officials throughout the entire Bay Area. We want to thank the incredible organizers for helping to convene this incredible conversation, but also to be reminded that we will work very hard in uplifting the Asian Pacific community, especially as we are celebrating the very first day of May as API Heritage Month. This is our month. I hope you'll take time to help celebrate and uplift each other. And imagine the opportunity to expand this room to double, triple the size of this room. That's the incredible things that we have to aspire to, and we thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, good evening, everyone. And Evan doesn't like to be reminded he's not the youngest anymore, but he's still way younger than me. My name is Ash Kaura. I'm very honored to be the assembly member in San Jose, Assembly District 27, soon to be District 25. And I agree with Evan that we definitely look forward to growing the size of the room, but I've got to say, compared to where we've been, this is really impressive. I think all of you that have been around for a little while remember when you probably could have fit all of us, all the electeds, into a room, a tenth of this size. And so it's incredibly impressive, although I will say, being the first Indian American in the California legislature, I don't want to say that I'm the only one. So I definitely look forward to having more diversity, more folks elected to all levels of government, including in the legislature. So thank you all.
Thank you very much. You are the first Indian American to serve in the California State Legislature. I believe there are more. Thank you. I see our Mayor, Lily May. Please welcome.
I just wanted to welcome you to our city in the Bay Area of Fremont. And this is how we roll, and I apologize that I'm rolling a little bit late, but we have a tradition once every 3 years to get people moving and to promote awareness of multimodal mobility. And in fact, today we had our Niles Canyon Roll and Stroll. And so earlier this morning, starting around 7 this morning, we're getting people out and moving. And this is important, and it talks about a little bit of what we're trying to do here. Whether it's moving our community forward as an API community or moving us to greater health and wellness, this is something that we do better when we work together. And so this is why I'm really excited to see all of you today. It is a delight. When I was growing up, I only saw one Asian elected in my entire childhood, and that was S.B. Wu. And for myself growing up, also born in Chicago, growing up in Philadelphia, you could have literally said, the Chinese girl, and they would have said Lily. And it was really easy to find the Chinese boy because that was my brother. So it wasn't much in terms of finding someone. But when I look across the room, I feel so fortunate that there are many people who have been role models, who've been trailblazers, and lit the way for us to go forward. Whether it's people that I've worked with in the past, like Steve Cho, Anna Mu, Ivy Wu, or people like Evan Lowe, who I've seen since he was a college student, and he still looks just as young. So the good part is whether we're moving forward, it's how we move together. And I also see across the room my fellow council member, Yang Xiao, and I think he was here, he's hopefully on his way. We also had a groundbreaking today for Gurdwara, but also I was joined by my Vice Mayor, Raj Salwan. What I also think is very important when we look at the Asian diaspora is it has such a diversity. And that's the other part that's very important for us. You know, I talked about being Chinese or growing up at the end of the Vietnam War and facing those challenges. But in this moment right now, when we have Asian hate and this awareness or xenophobia, we want to have the positivity in terms of focus on moving together and moving together stronger because we are united. And we recognize that anything that impacts any of our minority communities, it impacts us all. And so that's why I'm hoping for a great discussion today. I'm looking for great futures and opportunities. And I want to see this room triple in size the next time that we come back. So congratulations to all of you who are elected and who serve our communities. It is my heart and soul that I'm so happy to see all of you here. And I wanted to encourage you to continue to work forward together and to be well, to be safe, be just, and to be kind. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Mayor. Now please welcome Alameda Assessor, Mr. Song La. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
So we were talking about the first. I'm not the first, but right now I am the only API tax assessor in the state of California. Now imagine that. There are 58 assessors. We are a constitutional office, right? The Constitution says every county has to have an assessor, and there's only one. So I'm hoping that we're going to see more in the future. But I came up here today because I want to talk about a couple of things. 14 years ago, I met 3 men who are in this room who have been my godfathers in politics. It was Sandy, Singh, and Ken. 14 years ago, I met them. And they would encourage me every year, have you thought about running? Have you thought about running? We're here to back you. 4 years ago, I finally did, the crazy thing. And I took out my paperwork to run. And sure enough, the 3 of them were there to back me. Now, I'm not telling you to go ask them for money or anything, but, they really did support me. And it's people like that who make us who we are. We can only do it because of people like them and because of all of us in this room. 4 years ago, something else happened. If you know, May is like a hard time for candidates, right? Because ballots drop in 1 week and we vote in 1 month. It was people like Evan Lowe who would call me and text me and make sure I was okay. He would say, are you eating? He would start off with, hey, sexy, are you eating? I would say, hey, handsome, if I was gay, you'd be my husband. And then it was other people, like, I remember Rob Bonta was on a political blog, and it was like election day. And they asked him, who are you backing? And he said, Fong Law and Tony Thurman. I think he might have said Tony first, but I'll pretend he said me first. And it's people like that who support us. So I'm gonna ask all of you in this room, in the next week, in the next month, and November's an election too, if you have friends who are running, send them a text. Give them a call. Because I remember, it takes a little cray-cray to run for public office, and that's a God-honest truth, right? And during this time, a month ago, is when cray-cray really comes out. And that little message, that little phone call, can make the difference between a person keeping their sanity during this time and losing it. So please, support one another in this room, send those messages, give those little things that say, we've been there, we know what you're going through, it sucks, but you'll be fine. So I'm gonna ask you to make that pledge with me right now. So get your phones out, right? No, I'm serious, get your phones out. Think of a person who's running for office right now.
Can we text you?
No, thank God I don't have an opponent, so if I don't win, there's something wrong with me this time. All right? No, don't text me, but text a friend who's running tonight before this event ends, and tell them they're going to be okay, and this election is theirs. All right? Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you, Assessor. Please welcome Santa Clara Supervisor, Mr. Otto Lee, to say a few words with us. Can you hear me, Otto? Hey, we see you. Welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, or I'm good evening. I'm actually in the East Coast, and honored to be seeing so many folks. Thank you again for inviting me and so many of the API elected to form this five-county elected official summit. Something that haven't been done, really should be doing. I mean, for a long time ago. And just want to thank the organizer for putting this together. My name is Otto Lee. I'm a county supervisor for Santa Clara County, about 2 million people, all the way from Palo Alto and Milpitas, all the way down to Gilroy. It's like a Y. So it's a very large county. I mean, Silicon Valley is in Santa Clara County with close to 2 million people, a very wealthy county, obviously, with all the companies like Facebook, Intel, Google, Apple, and NVIDIA. I mean, the list goes on. It's also a very diverse county with the fact that we have so many ethnicity living there. The Asian population is definitely the fastest growing population in our county, and something that we are certainly very proud of. Certainly what we're not proud of is the number of elected officials serving is still honestly very paltry. For example, the San Jose City Council, for example, even though there's mayor and 10 districts, we still don't have currently an Asian representation on the city council. For a city of 1 million people, that's pretty ridiculous. For the county board itself, I'm the only one. Out of the 5 supervisors, I'm the only Asian elected on this board, and actually I'm the third. Mike Honda, Kaura, and myself will be the historically. So I think certainly there's still a lot more work we need to do to make sure that we have good Asian representation in many of these seats. We certainly have many good ones in some of our small cities, like Los Gatos in Mountain View, and the like. But at the same time, I think it's just so important to show that it is something that we need to continue on the work of the outreach, because so many successful Asians in our in various professions, we really need to motivate more folks to be willing to step up to serve the public. For the small cities, the elected official job actually is not even a full-time position. Out of our city council, with 15 cities and towns in Santa Clara County, for example, only San Jose City Council is considered a full-time position. The rest of them actually are part-time position, technically. And because of that, there's certainly more opportunity for people who actually have another profession to also serve on these boards, commissions, and on the county in the city council as well. So I certainly want to make sure to tell people to get involved, right? Volunteer, get on the boards and commissions, and that's really the way to. That's how I got on the Sunday Planning Commission first, got elected city council, and eventually ran for the board. Now, again, not every time you run, first time you win, right? And for the board of supervisors, I ran 2008, came in second. 12 years later, I tried again and finally made it. So I just want to make sure people understand that the success is not something that is guaranteed. But there's no shame. There's no shame whatsoever when you lose election. You get better and stronger and you try again. So I think this is, I always tell people, the opposite of success is not failure. Failure is actually the foundation of success. The opposite of success is not trying. So keep that in mind. And if in doubt, go for it, try it. And I think that's how we can get more good APA representation in our county. And I hope I covered the issues. And again, thank you for having me today. Really appreciate it. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person since I'm actually in Washington, D.C. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Supervisor Otto Lee also served for the United States Navy from 1989 to 2018, I believe. Otto Lee, yeah. So, thank you, everyone. Now, I think that's all I have for now. And our next session starts at 5 p.m. Andy has something to say.
Yeah, I just have some update. I think Stage Treasurer Fiona Ma is stuck in the traffic. She'll be here in 10 minutes, but she will speak at the 6:30 dinner session. Also, David Chu and just text me, and she got sick since yesterday. So she's sorry he couldn't make it. He sent the best wishes to this group.
Okay, thank you. And our next session starts at 5 p.m. We have prepared 3 breakout rooms, one for Santa Clara County, one for Contra Costa and Alameda County, one for San Francisco and San Mateo County. Local elected officials, please go to the room according to your elected district. And as to federal, state elected officials, organizers, sponsors, and special guests, feel free to join any room you like, all 3. And our dinner session starts at 6:30 p.m. I'll see you back here then. Thank you very much.